Let's see how many trolls we get today, guys. You already know we're going to have some. You already know. I need to get some. I need mag pouches for 20 round mags. This one got. Let's see if we can. Hi, good morning, Krista. Horsepower Coffee, Demo Man Don, 7 Stone. Good morning, guys. I know it's been a while since y'all seen Twin Arrows. Other than, let me get this. Sorry, guys. Got to turn all this stuff down. So I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, I had some stuff at the job, so we couldn't work for a couple days because of some mold issues that they had to address first. So I figured while I was off, I didn't do one yesterday, but we're doing one today. We'll do one tomorrow, and we'll do one Sunday. And then Monday, we'll be back. JT, what's up, man? So I appreciate y'all liking my short where I was shooting the stag, guys. I got over 5,000 views on that damn short. That was crazy. And a lot of them, a lot of good comments and stuff. So that's cool, man. Hell yeah, us too. Finally starting to get a little better. Work is rough right now, but I just have to drive for like an hour and a half to get to work. So we're looking for something closer to this side. So honestly, when I went to work with the guy I'm working for now, I actually went to work with another guy named Dan. And Dan owns a paint company over not far from my house, like probably about as far as J&P was. So I wanted to work with him, but he's like, I already hired this chick and she's not a really good painter, but he already hired her. So he's using her. And he's like, well, I can use you a couple days a week. And when I don't, John can use you. So I was working with John, but it's just too far to drive. And my little truck has issues anyway. So hell yeah. Now my daughter's last day is today, brother. But we'll get something closer to here too. So, and I've been putting out the ads for the pups and whatnot too. So I'm gonna show them. All the pups are outside except for Xena. We named her Xena the Warrior Princess. But so how's everybody been? Hope everybody's doing well.
She says, good morning, guys.
There she
says, I don't want to be on camera.
Thank y'all for joining us. Oh, Glory. Good morning, brother. Thank y'all for joining us on Metal, joining me and ACR and Metal the other night on Metal's chat. That was pretty fun, man. We had a good time. I had a good time. Yeah, maybe it's because I had. And good morning, Savage. And maybe it's because I haven't been on in so long. I don't know. So.
Yeah, that's why I always go to Discord, Savage, and tell people.
Yeah, you never know. So, and today we're gonna go do.
Morning, Justin.
I built Mama a chest rig. I'll show y'all. I think I've showed y'all her chest rig before. She's got some magazines in this mug now. She's got a little weight to it, but we got her all adjusted and stuff yesterday. And if I could figure out how to do a poll, let me see if I can. Does anybody know how to do a poll on YouTube? Do I hit this? No.
If Doc was here. Can you tell us how to do it?
Yeah, can you tell me how to do it? Because I want to make a poll. I want to. Who wants to see Mama Bear shoot the stag with the super safety in it? She hasn't shot it yet. She watched me shoot it twice, and the first time I shot it, I wasn't prepared for what it did. It pushed me down a hill because I was wearing Crocs and I didn't have a good stance. Go to Community tab and make a poll. Community tab. Community moderation. Community. Let's see, community. Go to the Community tab, make a poll. Huh.
I thought it was up there when hit the fourth one down.
What, this one?
Yeah.
No. That just does retouch. Makes me look beautiful.
What's the last one?
Oh, I had a video of me. So I was standing like where I shot it. Where I shot the gun, where you all see me shooting the gun, it's a hill. And you come up to the top of the hill and then it goes way down and goes up. And there's a target on a tree that I was just shooting at. So I was back on the back side of the hill and I fired it and it walked me back down the hill. I slid down the hill. I didn't point the gun up or anything. I just kept it going, but I slid down the hill. So did it? Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. I was wondering. And so I'm thinking we got rain coming next week, and it's cool here. It's not real hot, like it's not 80s or 90s. And I got to paint a couple of weapons. I got to paint some guns. I got to touch up some gear. I got a bunch to do. So, yeah, dude, I love mine. Dude, that super safety, I ordered 2 more of them. Like, I've like, since I got it. Do you have a community tab where you can post pictures and stuff on YouTube? If so, there's okay. Yeah, that I do have that. Yep.
Hey, Mark, thanks. Good morning.
Light Fighters, good morning. Hey, good morning, Mark. Yeah, so like I ordered a couple more super safeties. I sent a video to one of my buddies, Lee, my brother Lee, who trains with me all the time. He ordered one right then. He says, man, I already got the H2 buffer and the full auto bolt carrier group in my gun. I was like, well, get you a super safety, put in it, and it'll do this, man. Like, I really, really like the trigger system that Light Fighters has got too, man. That one's hella. And I'm looking at this Arteris. I think it's how you pronounce it. Arteris makes one, but instead of it being like the safety, the super safety, it's the actual lever. You push it, safe, go up to fire, and then flip it all the way to the back, and it shoots super safety mode. But those things are like $200. So I'm still, even having to get the H2 buffer and the super safety, I'm still under $200 on that because I already had the full auto bolt carrier group. So I'm gonna.
Good morning, Cloud.
So I'm gonna, once I get a good full week's paycheck, I'm gonna get a BCM bolt carrier group full auto and put in my Stag. Then my bolt carrier group is going into the Mama Smith & Wesson, and then I'm going to get an H2 buffer and a super safety in her gun too. So both of my lowers that I use will be set up for super safety. And then I'm going to get Mama Bear a 10.5 inch, or I don't know if I'm going to do 10.5 or 11.5 upper for her gun, and she'll have a short barrel pistol and it'll have super safety on it. So. Yeah, dude, that is crazy. I heard also some news from North Carolina. The House and Senate passed the constitutional carry for North Carolina. If it gets signed in by the governor, which I doubt because he's a freaking Democrat, maybe we'll be able to have permitless concealed carry, and anybody over 18 will be able to carry a handgun concealed in North Carolina without having a freaking permit. So. To Nick Gurr. You ain't getting me with that one. It's Nick Gurr. Think what he said. Yeah. I fucking read it right before I fucking saw it too. You have to say it because I am not that kind of motherfucker. Why do people? I love the trolls. We love the trolls. I'm gonna get a troll patch just because I have a feeling I understand what a lot of these people look like. I was looking at YouTube, not YouTube, but I think it was Facebook the other day. This motherfucker looked like a baby, was a big fat dude, had all this burgers and pizza boxes and big soda in front of him, and he had these little wrist braces, and he was in the, it looked like he was in the basement on a computer talking shit to people, like, oh, you know nothing about tactics and shit. That shit was funny. I tried to share it on YouTube, but it wouldn't let me. So, yeah. Something got hit right down the road. Everywhere. What was?
So he's
something got hit.
Baby outside laying in the sun.
And
the baby.
Well, I got something for that. Good morning, Susie Q. They said blood in the streets when past that.
Good morning,
when
Susie.
nothing changed there. Yeah, nothing changed, dude. You know how many people carry concealed in North Carolina that don't have permits? Like, it's just a piece of paper. And then you're supposed to, they say with that, you're supposed to go up to a cop. Say I'm eating at Golden Corral or I'm eating at a fast food restaurant and 2 cops walk in. I'm carrying my weapon concealed. You're supposed to go up to them and let them know that you have a gun on you, that you're carrying concealed. Show them your ID and your permit, because you know how many times Twins done that? 0.
Read what Kristen just read.
We're getting the exact opposite here in Washington. Our governor just signed to take parents' rights away in certain situations to have to get permission. That's fucking, dude. It's not getting any better. Everybody said, "Oh, it'll get better. It'll get better." It's getting worse. We're about to be in so much shit in America. Like you guys know, Twin prays for peace, but I prepare for war. But it's unfortunate, man, that I think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be a lot worse than what people think it is. Like Japan's economy is crashing, and I mean they own they're the second highest owner of American debt. Like they owe us so much money that America actually printed money to go buy some of the debt back from them. Like I don't get into politics. I don't get into the news and shit, but I watch a couple channels and I watched a few things, and this guy is like, bro, shit is getting serious out here. Like it's just getting, yeah, Washington is, and I know people that live there and train and stuff. Truck just roasted a bus. Oh shit.
Good morning, Martin.
They ain't flying away from that. No, dude, it's getting bad everywhere, Justin, and that's a shame, bro. Like, I'm just glad I might have an out to Texas, so we're gonna get out of here, man. Hey, that's what my code. When I got my concealed weapons permit, one of the things that I had to learn was when you're supposed to identify yourself to law officers when you're carrying a concealed weapon, it's on the back of your fucking carry card. You're supposed to identify to officers when you're carrying. Like that's what I was taught. So maybe my man was wrong, but I got my concealed weapons permit. Dude, yeah, there's a bunch of them. Idaho, yeah, Idaho's beautiful too. Just make sure wherever you go, you got gun laws that are good. Because man, it's some of the states that you think would have great gun laws, like Colorado, places in the out west. That shit is insane. Like they did Colorado. I watched Dragon Man on. He got all kinds of. I want to go see his museum. That dude must have a fucking time machine. He has shit that I don't. How would you even get it from like one of? And he has it. Like I swear that old man's got a time machine. He builds it, goes back in time, and get all this shit for his museum. Yeah, you better, man. Just get what you can, as much as you can, and get it as fast as you can. Don't put yourself in debt trying to get food and medical supplies and shit. But well, that's not what I was told. So. I was told that if you're in public and you're carrying a weapon and there's a law enforcement officer, you're supposed to let them know that you're carrying it. Look up the laws. I don't tell anybody shit. And if you get pulled over, they already know you got a concealed handgun permit because it's registered through your driver's license and which is registered through your tags. So when the cop pulls you over, he already knows you got a concealed weapons permit. My permit number is exact as my driver's license. So my driver's license number and concealed handgun permit are the same exact number, but a couple zeros added. So when they run my tags, he already knows I got concealed weapons. So this dude, I literally live in North Carolina. I'm in fucking North Carolina. I got pulled over not too long ago, and the cop was like, "You got your concealed handgun permit?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, how did you know I got one?" He said, "It's running through your tag." Like I literally just heard all this shit not 2-3 weeks ago. The cop literally pulled me over, and they know you got a concealed weapons permit because my permit number is the exact same as my driver's license number. So maybe yours isn't. Maybe you got yours a few years before or after me, but mine, the cop already knew I had a concealed weapons permit because I walk up, I'm like, "Here's my permit, my stuff." He's like, "Yep," and I got talking to him, and he knew it.
Good morning, Grace.
Yeah, they know in traffic stops because my driver's license number is the exact same as my concealed permit number. It's just got a couple zeros added to it. They know in traffic stops when they know who has them and who don't. Trust me, I know they have them. But I was told when I did my class that you're supposed to identify it to law enforcement officer. Maybe that law has changed. I also got mine almost 20 years ago. So I've had to renew it like 3 times. Grace, good morning. Ohio Patriot, good morning, brother. Martin, good morning. What? That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't give 2 shits. 90% of the people on this motherfucker
That's my whole point.
Get on there, don't have no videos, no nothing. Which, I mean, that's their thing if that's what they do. But hopefully they just pass it to where you don't have to have it anymore. They already got rid of having to have permits to go. I don't have to go to the sheriff's department and buy fucking 5 permits anymore for $25. 5. Prepared citizens, what is up, my brother?
Good morning, Prepared.
Good morning, brother. Hope all is well. I'm getting fucking fired up this morning, boy. Goddamn, starting to lose my temper a little bit. Let's see. Susie, most states have border laws, so meaning if your state borders my state, your state laws apply in my state while you're visiting. So another thing too is I don't know. Nice. I live in central North Carolina, brother. The only thing I don't know is how is that going to work if I go to carry in another state and I don't have my concealed permit? Because, you know, we got like 30 some states that we can carry in with a North Carolina permit. they said you can still get the permits. It's not even passed yet. Right now, you still have to have a permit to carry concealed in North Carolina. And I don't think it'll get passed in because we got a freaking Democratic governor. I don't think he'll let it. I really don't think he'll let us get it. But it passed the House and the Senate, so y'all keep your. He lives in Tennessee. Washington State is a whole other beat. There's a con. So I watch AP Mike from Astronomical Preparedness, and he lives in Washington. So I don't know. I think he lives in like Viking. What's up, Cajun? How you doing today, brother? You holding in there, man? I've been praying for you, bro. I've been praying for you. So I don't know. Like he said that he didn't want to move and lose all his gun rights. I mean, he's got guns and ARs and shit. So it's like, I wouldn't know what to do, man. You need people there that think like us, but in all respect though, like if they're taking, you guys can't have 30 round mags anymore, right? What else can you have? Can you own an AR-15? That means I can conceal in my state, every state that borders Tennessee, if asked officers I have firearms, they don't look like. No, I wouldn't either, dude. Justin, another Justin. A lot of Justins on here. Now I've carried. So I carried when I moved to Texas. I carried, and when I got into Texas, I was asleep, and my girlfriend at the time was driving. I had my pistol. She had her pistol. I had stuff in the trunk, but he never asked. And in North Carolina, you can keep the gun like stuck next to you in the seat or, visible if you want. We got to Texas, and in Texas, if you carry concealed, you have to carry it concealed. If you're in your car or anything, the cops said it can't be visible when they walk up. Because like in North Carolina, most time when they pull me over, they know I have a gun already. I just stick it up on the dashboard, put my hands out the window so that they know where it is and I know where mine is. There's been a couple times where I couldn't get it out fast enough, and the cop's like, well, where's your gun? And I'm like, it's on my fucking side, man. Like, it's concealed. Jesus Christ, here we go. So I was like, do you want me to get it? He's like, no, you're good. So has no carry laws. No shit. Yeah, they don't. South Carolina, who else doesn't? Virginia does. I think we can carry in Virginia. I haven't been to Virginia in so long, though. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's just crazy like that. I think what honestly should happen should be all 50 states, you should be able to carry a gun open or concealed. You should be able to own any rifle, magazine, capacity, anything you want. Like, you should be able to have anything you want in all 50 states. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, nobody's going to tell me what I can and can't do with my kid.
No. Well, that's the thing. They're communist motherfuckers. He said, beat me to it, buzzers, have me distracted. I ain't even fucking worried about the trolls anymore, man. We deal with them. They just come. I'm almost at 3,000 watch hours. I'm at like 2,700 and some watch hours. So no bullshit today. No bullshit. People can come and act like they got some fucking sense. He's just mad that I'm more of a man than he was. This motherfucker talking about, look at that trans guy. He's just mad that I'm more of a man than he is. Exactly, Ohio. I said that to a cop one time. I was like, man, yeah, you don't show me yours and I won't show you mine. And he was like, yeah, we ain't trying to go down that road. And he ended up being cool as shit. So actually, I had to get away from him because we started talking on the side of the fucking road during a traffic stop. And after he didn't write me a ticket or anything, he just sat there talking about shit. And I was like, man, I got to get to work. Like, this cop's got me on the side of the road and I've been here for fucking 30 minutes. And he's done told me he won't write me a ticket. He's just bullshitting. So, no, they're not taking the guns, man. I watched something else too, and there's a reason they're trying to take the guns, guys. Like, they don't want us to have it because the next shit they're gonna do to us is gonna be so fucked up that we're gonna want to use our guns, and that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, everybody's like, yep, the next shit that they're gonna bring on to us is gonna be so bad that they're gonna want the guns away because they can't do what they want. They can't make us into subjects and slaves while we're armed because American people won't take it. So. The cops in that game, Ohio, what I'll say. Yeah, I'm just stay away from it. I'm a sheriff's deputy. I tell people that have guns when I stop them, don't show me yours, I'm gonna show you mine. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, I mean, they know you got them. They know you got them. So It's like, man, I mean, how do you do, like, I've never did a ride along with a sheriff's deputy. I did it with a town police agency. This was years ago. And to go to Vance Granville, where I wanted to go, I was going to become a law enforcement officer. This is years ago. No work today. There was black mold in the house, and they had to have a cleaning crew wearing special tie-back suits and shit come clean it. So I couldn't work. It made a couple guys sick. So luckily I'm not allergic to it. Like one guy was definitely allergic to it. It made him really fucking sick. So exactly. But I did a couple ride-alongs, and we pulled a guy. Well, I didn't pull him, but the guy I was riding along with pulled him, and he had a concealed carry from another state. And God was like, dude's like 80 years old. He was like, man, he ran a red light in town. He wasn't even from here. He ran a red light, and we pulled him. He's like, man, he said, you can tell he's old school. I said, why is that? He's like, his concealed carry weapon is a single action 44 Magnum revolver. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's like 80 years old. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, pulling out the fucking Wyatt Earp on his ass, dude. Because he brought it back. Like, he's like, look, man, I'm going to go. He's like, I'm going to get it, bring it back while we do this. He said, man, this motherfucker's got a single action like a 44. It was a 44 or 357. And the dude was a little old man. Like, he was probably like not even 115, 120 pounds, and had this big old fucking hog stick. And my buddy Terry was like, yeah, you know, sir, you can get a smaller gun to carry. He was like, I don't like them. They're automatics like y'all have. He said, that thing will jam on you. That single action won't jam. He's like, but it's only got 6 shots. He said, son, if you need more than one, you need to learn how to shoot again. And I was like, damn. But I was like, this motherfucking old man, that gun weighed more than he did. I was like, dude. So, but I did a ride along. I was going to do that, but life took me another path, because I wanted to start off as a town police, to work for the local PD, and then I wanted to go to the sheriff's department to get on the drug unit. You know, I'm all tattooed up, you know, and fucking grew up on the streets. But it just didn't work out. My ex-wife went crazy, and I ended up having to not go to school to take care of the kids, because me and her broke up, and I didn't have time to go to Vance Granville for, you know, a couple months to do my shit. Yeah, exactly, Savage. But this was years ago when I talked to him. But yeah, that old man said, if you need more than one, son, you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I'll take the 17, please. I mean, the only gun that I got that doesn't hold 17 rounds is my Glock 29. But it can hold 17 if I put that mag in it. Or is my 6 shots. I like my Old West revolvers. They're pretty fucking dope. Oh, exactly, Justin. We know that. Dude, I'm not... I know a bunch of police officers. One of my best friends for 30 years is a Granville County sheriff. And he don't give 2 shits about people's guns, man. Like he said, people need guns, because where I live, if I called the cops right now, it would take them 15 to 30 minutes to get to me. So you are your own security up until then. Like, the ATF is the one that makes the stupid laws. Like he said, he's a sheriff. But it's not the cops, the local cops. Some of them don't want you to have guns, but majority of them are just good old boys like us that, I mean, it's all right, you know, it's a God-given right. So, but I do understand that, you know, there's guns out here that, you know, do a lot of damage, and in the wrong hands in the wrong people, it's a danger to a police officer. It's a danger to us, you know, and I get that. And I get that some people think we need gun laws. I just think you should be able to own what you should be able to own. I don't think there should be anything that you can't own. I mean, if you take the guns from the law-abiding people, the criminals are still going to have them. I don't know anybody that carries a gun illegally that is going to go into the fucking Patriots gun store up the road from my house and buy a fucking handgun and then go commit a crime with it. They're going to get some dope head or some fentanyl addict to get them a fucking stolen handgun or a stolen rifle, and they're going to go commit crimes with that. Taking them away from the people like us that, I had got no felonies. I go through the gun store. I buy all my shit legally. Even if I do trades, I do it legally. Like, it's just, I'm not going to go and fucking rob a bank. I'm not going to go up and do a drive-by on somebody's house. Like, I have these guns so I can shoot to feed my family and protect my family. That's the only reason. They're just tools. And like we were talking about the other day in that live chat with Metal, they're just a small tool in an overall toolbox of stuff you need to have. But guns are real small. Guns are very small. Gear is very small. You're not going to survive any kind of bad shit if you ain't got food, water, and medical supplies. You know what I mean? Like a gun is a gun. Guns are great, and I love guns. I love shooting. I love having them. I love building them. I love taking them apart. I love cleaning them. I love everything about them. But it's just a small thing. So I don't know about the racial, man. I'm not racist, dude. One of my best friends is an African American guy, and I'm surprised he's not on here. I have very, very no racist shit, man. Like we all bleed. If I cut you or you cut me, we're all gonna bleed the same color. If you get shot in the heart, you're gonna die just as bad as the black guy to get shot in the heart. Ain't got nothing to do with racial. I don't give a fuck about what color you are. I mean, that never mattered to me. I grew up. My mom, my adopted mom was an African American woman, so you already know about that. Yeah, like, well, that sucks too, because the town I grew up in up here had a fucking the police chief was having multiple affairs with multiple women and using his police force to like intimidate and bully the people that he was having an affair with, and it was a big thing, man. Like the woman that used to cut my hair was having an affair with him, and she tried to bring that shit to my house, and I fucking ran everybody off. I was like, all you motherfuckers ain't gonna bring that shit to my house. Like I know these guys, I know the police department, I know all these guys. I ain't going down that road with them. So, but the local sheriff, man, I'm not even sure who the local sheriff in Granville County is anymore. But I support them. They come down here all the time when they call. I mean, I know them by name, most of them. When we have problems with the neighbors, certain ones come down because they already know the whole situation. So, and they usually bring a new guy so they can tell, hey, this is what's going on down here.
This time we had the head.
A coroner? No shit. So in Texas, a constable can, I didn't know a coroner could do that. A coroner, he said, the justice said a coroner has the right to arrest a sheriff. Man, that's wild, dude. Huh. I never heard that. Look at this, motherfuckers. But I was in Texas one time, and I was driving a tree truck that had a chipper, and the chipper, one of the turn signals was broke on it, and we didn't know it. I got pulled over by a constable. I've never been pulled over by a constable. And I was talking to him, and he was like, so I showed him my driver's license, and he was like, oh, you're from North Carolina? I'm like, yes, sir. And so I was like, what exactly is a constable? I think a constable, if I remember correctly, is the only one that can arrest a Texas Ranger or a state trooper or something. A constable, I don't quote me on this. I can, maybe one of my Texas people can tell me, but I know a constable had the right to arrest somebody that like other officers didn't have the right to arrest. I want to say, I don't know, but it was wild. But he was a nice guy. My ticket was $10. They literally gave me a $10 ticket for having a light out. My company paid for it, but how to arrest a sheriff? I'm guessing the state governor has a right to kick him out of the office. Yeah. Recently had a local police department get caught taking the drugs and money. The evidence from the sheriff's office took it over and shut it. Yeah, that's happened here before. The sheriff's, I've watched it on YouTube that the local sheriff goes in and arrests like the chief of police at the police department. So that's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty wild, man. The governor's the only person that can arrest the sheriff. Oh, shit. Huh. Oh, and they also told me about the constables. The constables back, I guess, when Texas was every day. What's up, brother? He said that the constables were put in place because back when Texas was not as big, well, it was big. There wasn't enough sheriffs per like town, so they had constables, and constables had the right to go all over the state. I think that's how that worked. ACR, if you're on here, help a brother out. One of my people from Texas. Yeah, I haven't never seen in I never heard that in North Carolina, but that, I mean, just because it doesn't make it true, I don't. Are you in, like, without telling us where you're at, are you in Central, Eastern, or Western North Carolina, Justin? I'm in Central North Carolina.
Good morning,
Becoming Dangerous. What is up, my brother? What is up? So here, take the chat. I got. But yeah, I don't, without OPSECing yourself and telling us what office you work for, are you North, Central, Eastern, or Western?
Piedmont.
He's in what?
Piedmont.
That's us. Central, Piedmont. That's, well, definitely. That's cool.
I should be one of our sheriffs. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well.
Kind of. Maybe not.
Yeah. I ain't doing nothing to break no laws. Everything I own is legal. the super safety is legal. It literally shipped to my front door. We don't have anything that's not legal.
ACR said, sorry, working out.
Tell them, ACR, I was asking about the constables. They can arrest everybody, right? Like a Texas Ranger, everything in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Like you almost got me. Good morning, sister.
What? Oh. He's rolling across the Amazon. He is doing that. We're going to go on a ruck later. And then I'm not going to carry a pack this time. I'm just going to wear a chest rig and my battle belt and my rifle. Just go put some miles on today, just get out. But if you grow up in the community the sheriff lives in a small town, you need not worry about arresting him. The locals know. Yeah, exactly. I just put another suppressor on layaway in case the Hush Act comes through because you won't be able to find them. Nope, they're going to fucking go out, bro. Hey, we might need to do that too. Go grab a fucking... Yeah, I know Texas Rangers can arrest anything, but can't a constable arrest a Texas Ranger and a sheriff and local police? I got pulled over in Texas one time by a constable. It wasn't a sheriff, it wasn't local PD, it was a constable. So... Oh, okay. He said they mostly execute warrants in traffic. Yeah, because I got pulled over because my turn signal on the chipper was busted, and I didn't know it. We didn't know it. Google said a constable can allow arrest of a sheriff in his jurisdiction, which doesn't make sense because the sheriff's jurisdiction is statewide. A sheriff's not statewide. A trooper's statewide. Sheriff's only countywide, and local PD is citywide. Yeah, the short wait times is crazy because I know people that waited 9 months to a year. Like, no, a state trooper can go anywhere in the state. A sheriff can go anywhere in the county, and a local police department can go anywhere in city limits. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm wrong. No constables are, okay, lower than the sheriff. Sheriff is countywide. Yeah, sheriff is countywide. Town is local, and then my first one waited 11 months. That's crazy, man. Like, that is just, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And you're a fucking deputy. Come on, man. Like, yeah, that's what my buddy Lee, he went and bought one. He said he went and bought it. They called him the next day and he went and picked it up. Like, that was, he said, dude, that was insane. He said his first one he waited like 9 months for. So, yeah, we need to go in and get one. I need to go in and get one for each. You know, I would go and get one for each one of the ARs. But I don't have, both of my ARs have the regular flash hider on them. So I went to the local gun store. They had one from Yankee Hill Machine that went right on to the stock fucking muzzle device on the AR-15. You didn't have to change your muzzle device. So the one Lee has, you had to change the muzzle device and put like the 3-prong that fits on and locks in. Yeah, Google is giving mixed information. No, sheriffs go county. It's the county sheriff. The city is local police department. And then state troopers are all over the state. They can arrest you anywhere in the state. And I think a game warden can go anywhere in the state too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because sheriff, county sheriff, local town police, county sheriff, and then state troopers. Google don't even fucking know. So Google is Googling to see what the answer is, Glory. Yes, game warden can go anywhere. Game warden, state troopers can go anywhere. But sheriff's a test county, and then PD is city limits. Like, yes, they do. Yes, they do. A sickening amount of power. That is way too much. Yeah, game wardens are federal. I've never dealt with a game warden. Never had one come up and pull my license, pull my fishing license, never anything. Do that off camera. But no, we can I've seen people get pulled over and shit by game wardens, but I mean, you go up to like Lake Falls Lake and Carl Lake and shit around here, they're there, but you know, I've never had to deal with one. But I've always hunted on private land, or when I do hunt, I have my license and shit with me, and I don't take anything illegal. Well, I hunt with illegal weapons, and So, you know, I've heard they can be assholes. I know some guys that went spotlighting one time, and they pulled up to the field, hit the field with a spotlight, and there was a deer in the field. He said it was a nice buck, so they were going to shoot the damn thing. He said as soon as she shot, fucking headlights and blue lights came on. It was a deer decoy, and as soon as they shot it, game warden got them. They tried to run from the game warden, which is dumb, man. You don't run. What's your job? I work in a warehouse. I do home reconstruction. I build and paint and remodel homes. Yeah, they are assholes. I've met some cool ones, but like they weren't working. You know what I mean? Like, so I was gonna become a bounty hunter, but never got to do it. I was a fugitive recovery officer for what, 2 years? Did work for bail bondsmen, picking people up that missed court. It was fun. It's dangerous. You have hours of sheer boredom for minutes of sheer terror, but it is what it is. He said they care about their rabbits. I guess so, man. I guess so. That is, yeah. Like I said, I've never ran into one. I'm trying to think if I ever have. But like I said, I hunt private land. Like I get buddies that like, hey man, you can hunt here and give me written permission. And I mean, I still have my license and stuff. I still tag the deer, but it's not like I'm out poaching and fishing and shit like that. So somebody said that there was somebody hunting out here that didn't have permission, and the game warden was out here. So I was looking, but I never saw one. They never called me because I like when he said they care about their rabbits. But that's funny. That is funny.
When I had come up to me, we were fishing at falls.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even fishing. We had just brought our lines in. We were packing it up, and we watched him. You could see him from across the lake. Here he comes. He came over, and he was just a pure dick.
Yeah, some of them are. Check this out. Speaking of game wardens.
Yes, they are becoming.
I was watching this thing on YouTube yesterday. We had the game warden and sheriff show up at my house 1 year after our neighbors called them. My buddies for killing too many. Wow. Clean up the birds and move. I'll be checking once. I had a friend invite me to run dogs with them. Never done it before. I got checked that day, and I knew these wardens on the first name basis. That's funny. That's crazy, man. And they still, like, that's just crazy. But I was watching this guy yesterday. He was fishing on a boat. I don't know where, but he was like, he has a fishing channel. So he's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he had cameras on each boat. Well, he only had one line in the water, and he'd been fishing for like 2 hours. Sorry, guys, the dog's going to start howling. It's that time of the day. So he said he was on the boat fishing, and the game warden come up and was like, hey, game wardens. He's like, hey, he was like, you have all your stuff that you need, safety devices. He said, I've been watching you fish. We had somebody called and said that you had 2 lines in the water. He was like, no, sir, I've only had this 1 line. The guy said, well, I've been watching you, and I have a video of you with 2 lines in the water. You're going to get a ticket. Yeah, Justin, yes. And he was like, but I've only been fishing with 1 line, and I actually have video of me fishing. And the guy was like, I don't know, you're still getting a ticket. So he was like, a few moments later, the game warden pulls up and was like, hey, bud, you still got that ticket on you? And he was like, yes, sir, right here. He said, let me get it back. It's canceled. He said, I reviewed my footage, and you weren't fishing with 2 lines. You only had 1 line. He said, you have multiple poles in the boat, but you've only fished with 1 fishing pole at one time. And the guy was like, yeah, I tried to tell you that. He's like, well, I'm wrong, and I admit that I'm wrong, so your tickets could get taken off. So I was like, wow. I almost got into a gunfight with the warden because he was trespassing my property in Washington. We had cougars and bears up there, and I assumed he was poaching bears because I carry a third. Yeah. Hell yeah. In the mountains, buddy. Dang. Yeah, that's... Oh, I've greeted police officers down here with a handgun on my side. Somebody called them at like, what was it, like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning? And this is before I had my cameras up. My dog started barking. Well, I walk out with a handgun and a fucking flashlight, and there's 2 deputy sheriffs coming down my path, and they're like, excuse me, sir, did you call? And I was like, no. And I was like, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I got a gun on me. I was like, I don't know who's walking on my property at 1 o'clock in the morning. My dogs are going crazy and I see 2 flashlights and you didn't identify yourself. So I came out with a handgun. He was like, nope, you're good. Just don't point it at us. And I was like, well, I think I didn't call. So I think you guys are at the wrong address. And he was like, yeah, no problem. And they turned around and left. I think somebody at the road called him, but old green jeans. He said, if you did, you better have a shovel. The weather here today is crazy, man. It was 80 some degrees the other day, and now it's freaking, what, it was like 50 something when we woke up this morning. We call them possum police. The possum police. Justin said they must really care about their rabbits. That's funny, dude. Next time I'm gonna be like, hey, it's the possum police. Like I said,
said that I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face in front of my die.
I've only seen them up at like Lake Falls Lake, Lake Carr Lake, Lake Gaston, local lakes that we go to. I've never been hunting. I mean, I hunt on game land sometimes, but I mean, I like I said, always had my license. I wear orange. It's not like I'm breaking any laws or anything, but you know. But they'll also sit there and watch you too. Like they're fucking masters of hiding in the woods with a fucking pair of binoculars. I have seen that at the lake. I was watching these guys. We were fishing at Carr Lake, and these guys were on a boat. They were just water skiing, drinking beer, doing that shit. Well, the game warden was watching them. Like he's been watching them with binoculars. They got the fucking big ones too. He was watching them the whole time, drink the beer and ride around, and then they fucking pulled him over. I watched like 3 dudes on that boat go to jail that day. We were like, we went over to like we were on the bank, and they were like, it's not close to the bank, but probably a lot closer than they should have been. Where if you were a parent that could say you allowed them to have it, nothing illegal about a parent letting a kid hold an open beer or have a glass of wine. Yeah, some of that dude said rice pudding forehead. This motherfucker. That's a newer one. That one's newer than the last 15 trolls that came in here saying the same bullshit. So. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look up. So what's going on in Washington? They said that they're fucking with y'all's rights as parents. So you guys can't have a firearm if you're a parent, or if they can just step in and be like, oh, you're not taking care of your kid enough, and come and take your kid. Somebody called social services on me years ago. And when we first moved down here, said I had guns laying everywhere and all kinds of shit. And
oh yeah, they were like,
they showed up
and all kinds of stuff down here. We need to see. We were like,
where are they then? I was like, where are they? And they were like, well, they said you got them laying around everywhere. I said, the only one that lays around is the one that usually on my side, and at night it stays next to the bed. They didn't find anything. They came down one time and were like, no, you guys are good. I had one show up to my trailer I was living at, talking about we didn't have food, we didn't have this, we didn't have that. She walks in, I got a gun set rack hanging on the wall with an AR-15, a shotgun, a pistol. I've got like 4 years worth of food stored up in my house, bags of rice and beans everywhere, canned food, all this shit. And the woman was like, sir, I don't know who called them on you. She said, but you're doing way better than most people. She said, you have enough food in here. She said, I've never seen this much food in a house before. I was like, well, I'm not going to let my kids go hungry. She said, and it's obvious you're a good parent. Your kids are sitting here like talking to her. She said, they're safe. Look at the wall of guns. She said, they're not up where they can reach them. She said, you're not doing anything wrong. And I was like, well, I appreciate that. She's like, I'll have to come back one more time. And I was like, okay. And so she come back. She comes in and she's like, well, I just wanted to talk to you about a few things. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. She was like, I wanted to commend you for being such a good dad and keeping your family safe. She's like, you got enough food in here to keep your family safe for months. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, yeah, you're a good parent. She's like, don't let anybody discourage you from keeping your stuff like this. She said, you're doing well. My daughter was there. She didn't live with me, but she was there. Maddie was there and Alan was there. They lived with me at that time. And she was like, you're doing a wonderful job. Don't let people discourage you. She said, people will call just to be called. Oh, I know that now. Yeah, I know that now because what did he say? Yeah, oh yeah. I know that now, but she came up and was like, I'm talking, but she was cool. Like they came in and I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that I couldn't. What? She said, it's if your child is sexually assaulted by, let's say, a teacher outside of school hours, they don't need to. Well, shit, I'd find out. I'd run the whole fucking school down. That would be bad. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time, guys. Like, now they never come.
We had one come down when we first moved down here, and she was like, "This is the stupidest call."
Yeah, she said, "This is the stupidest call I've ever got." And literally, so when they came, I had an AK-47 and a AR-15 laying on my bed because we had cleaned up. We were cleaning, and you got.
Hey, Goldfish.
What's up, Goldfish? They were just letting us know they'd come back. They came down and like we would just need to look. And I was like, "Well, you guys see, I live in a tent." She said, "Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You have electricity. She has her own area. You have plenty of food." She was like, "You have firearms, but where are they?" I said, "They're in a fucking gun safe, locked up." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "We heard they were laying everywhere." I was like, "Even if they were, there's no law that says I can't leave my guns laying around as long as she doesn't have access to them." And the woman was like, "Oh no, you're right, you're right." So I was like, "That's just bullshit." It was just the fucking neighborhood drama up here. They think by doing shit like that or calling the sheriff's department and telling the sheriff that you have warrants and the sheriff will come down and start running your information. That worked for them like a fucking lead balloon flies.
You're not
you know
one
what I mean?
of them had the warrant. Remember?
Oh shit, he said, yeah. The what?
Queens had the warrant. Remember? They came down and they were like checking you for the warrant on my birthday.
Oh yeah, the very first time we were down here when I just had bought the property. We literally only down here about 3 days, and the sheriff come up and was like, we were celebrating her birthday. I had a fucking rifle hanging in the tree. We were over by the fire pit, just having a good time. Sheriff came down. "Anybody got warrants?" I was like, "Nobody down here has warrants, man." He was like, "Well, I need to see everybody's IDs." I said, "Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to give you my ID, but nobody else out here is giving you their ID." I was like, "You have no reason to come down here and walk up on my property that I own to ask me if I have a warrant." "What's up, Jacob?" And he was like, "Oh, well, we have a call saying that you guys are squatting down here." And I was like, "Bro, no." And I showed everything that I showed him the paperwork where I just purchased the fucking land. And I was like, "You can run my ID." The cop took my ID, turned around and walked 3 steps, turned around and came back and was like, "Here's your ID, man. You have a good day." And he was like, "Ma'am, happy birthday," and walked off. And they've been down ever since. They've been down every once in a while, but they all know me, dude. The cops literally know my name, and they're like, "Dude, we already know you. That's why when you call 911, is any guns involved?" Nope. Dude, Cody, yes. He said, do you think Trump should pass a law where illegals can get papers by chasing down pedos, and we call it aliens versus predators?
Yes.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool. And then televise it. Like, put it on TV, like, what was, like, death rates? Yeah. "Hey, man, you get your papers, you get your green card, how many pedos you got to catch?" That's pretty funny. I think I've seen that somewhere. It was like, we call it aliens versus predators. Yeah, the aliens are the predators. That's the fucking problem most of the time. In North Carolina, where I live, out in the country like I live, it's not as bad as it used to be. Used to be when I lived in Lewisburg, you could go to the local Walmart right there on 401 any given time, and there'd be like 4 or 5 truckloads of Hispanic guys sitting outside. They go in there and spend their paychecks and shit. The deputies out here know me. Somebody called and said, "I killed my wife a while back. They were hiding behind the cruiser light." We good. Wow.
Crazy.
Dude, people can call and say whatever they want. They can call the sheriff and tell them whatever they want. But what gets me is how they do that. And then when they come down, they don't find anything. How come you can't, like, they should be charged with like false police shit. Like,
yeah,
hey,
like the one we were going through, they should be charged.
They should be fucking charged. They charged me with fucking a whole bunch of shit, and then it all got thrown out because none of it was true. And that's why I told the deputy, I was like, "Bro, you ain't gonna find shit because I didn't do anything." Like, it literally did not do anything.
When the deputy who wrote it up realized who it was, she was like, "Shit."
Yep. She already knew. She already knew because of what was going on that it was false. So
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Oh, donut operator's cool as shit, dude.
I like
donut operator. I like watching him. He's funny, man. He shows some pretty cool shit on there too. I like donut operator. Yeah, he's a pretty good dude. The other one, Mr. Ballin. I like watching the Navy SEAL guy, Mr. Ballin.
Ballin.
Because he's got some wild stories, man. Like, that's crazy. Coming Dangerous. That's just fucking crazy, man. He said they were hiding behind the cruiser. Were you having problems with somebody? I take it. becoming dangerous. So like for somebody to call and say that, like that feud shit is, that's just crazy. It's just fucked up, man. That's just the way it is, though, man. People call because they ain't got nothing better to do. Misery loves company, I notice, man. When people are miserable and hate their own fucking life, they try to bring everybody around them down. You know what I mean? So it's just one thing after another. And then all the people that are fucking with Mama Bear and Maddie and me, they're all friends. So they're all from one top of the road to over here to the other trailer park. They're all fucking friends. So they all get in cahoots and fucking talk shit and stare at the truck and do little things like that to piss Mama Bear off, because she'll come home and tell me it'll make me mad, and I'll go out there running my mouth, which I don't do that because I know their fucking game. The sheriff even was like, bro, they do just enough to piss you off. They want you to flip out so then they can call the cops and you go to jail. He was like, don't do anything. He said, just document it, write everything down. When you leave in and out of the road to go home out of here, use your phone, videotape shit. If we can get them doing stuff, then we can get warrants wrote up and we'll take them to fucking jail. So I was like,
these guys,
they want to get them as bad as we want them to be got. But and the guys come down. He brought a fucking lieutenant with him, big dude, man. And I knew he was somebody because you could just tell. And the guy was like, I showed him my cameras. I was like, man, I got cameras. Like I said, I've done everything you guys have told me to do to keep these people out of my shit, except for they ain't getting out of my shit. And he was like, just document stuff. You got your cameras. You got this. He said, just video going up and down the road. We need to get video evidence or a witness or something saying that they were throwing shit at your truck or they were giving you all the bird. Like, there's just so much shit. And it's like, damn. But they never do it when they don't. And it comes in spurts, I've noticed. So we'll be sitting, it'll be fine for a month or two. And then for 2 months, it's back to fucking them doing stupid shit, throwing shit, giving us the bird, people coming on the land. They ain't supposed to be down here. But like, yeah, tell them it's a warning shot. And it's like, so they do just a little bit, then they'll stop. Everything will cool off. And then they'll go back to doing it again. And then everything will cool off. It just gets overwhelming, man. You know what I mean? Like, they won't do shit when I'm in the truck because I'm that motherfucker. And they know it. But when Mama and Maddie go to the store for me or to go do something for them, they want to fuck with Mama in the truck because it's her. They know if they piss her off, she'll come back and tell me, and then I'll go up and do something. But I just call the sheriffs, and they come down, and I explain to them what's going on and what happened again this time. And like the other night, people starting shit. I called the deputies. Deputies came down. We talked for about 30 minutes. They told me what I need to do, what I can and can't do. They left, and right before dark, somebody started shooting. So I texted deputy because I got his number. I got it on fucking my phone. I texted him and was like, hey, man, if you get a report of shooting down here, it won't me, but they are shooting down here. He said, where? And I was like, a couple houses up, I think. I said, it wasn't a rifle. It was just a pistol, but it was multiple shots. He said, call 911, tell me you need a deputy. He said, I'm already on the way. He said, but I want to get a paper trail started. That way we can get you a paper trail of like shooting and all that. So he came down I called 911 about 5 minutes later. He drove the whole road and spotlighted every house on this road. Came down, spotlighted my shit. Spotlighted Janine and them. They come out yelling at him because he was spotlighting their house. And he just hit him with the spotlight again. Went back up the road, spotlighted the other side, and nobody's shot down there ever since. So. Wow. Martin, I know that. My daughter's ex, her first baby daddy, her ex, tried to get me with 3 felony charges. My buddy up here, Kevin, moved to Tennessee and left all of his shit. Well, Justin comes down and goes, hey, they all moved away. They're going to throw all their shit in the dumpster. Kevin said, if you want to go up there and get anything, you can. We didn't find anything. It was all roach infested and nasty. So I found one thing. Outside, there was a red tote, like a carrying tote. And I like to get the red ones to keep my medical supplies in. Because a lot of people think, red, medical, cross, medical, all that. So I wanted the red tote to put my medical supplies in because I have a bunch of them. It was full of some Legos. Well, I got that, brought it down here. And it was like Walking Dead Legos or some shit. Put it on Facebook Marketplace for sale. Had this woman hit me up. Well, it was a big setup. The woman that hit me up was the one that was living up there. She called the sheriff and said I broke into their house and stole a bunch of shit. They weren't living there. They got my fingerprints, but it was my buddy Kevin's. I used to go up there all the time to hang out, play video games and shit with him. So I went, they come and got me, and I explained everything to them. They charged me with 3 felonies. Well, they tried to charge me with them. I went in front of the magistrate and I talked to the deputy, and yes, they should have got criminal charges on them. So I go talk to the deputy and this other deputy, and they're like, yeah, we knew something was up. She went to the magistrate and told the magistrate, we are going to go to the DA and try to get these charges dismissed. I don't want him to go to jail. Can we get him a bond and get him out of here? The magistrate looked at me and was like, sir, stand up. I said, yes, sir. He was like, I don't know what you said to this deputy, but you better thank her. He said, I'm going to write you a $20,000 secured bond. You sign this paper and can you get a ride home? I said, yes, sir. Mama Bear had my cell phone. So Deputy Cruz was like, you can use my cell phone. I called Mama Bear. They had just left. They had just got home from our little thing where they picked me up. We were going to get married that day, and the cops do a whole big thing in that. So I called, and luckily she answered, because she usually don't answer when she don't know the number. And I was like, hey, can you guys come pick me up? And she was like, yeah, I thought you were going to jail. I was like, I was, but I talked to him and told him what the fuck happened and why this is happening. And we did that. They let me go. I had to go to court, like 4 times. And finally, the third time, no, 3 times, 4 times. The first time they just, postpone it. Then they got to give the witnesses 3 times to show up. They never showed up. I was supposed to go to court that day, and it snowed, and they canceled court. So it was like a couple days later, I told Mom, I was like, dude, I don't know what happened with my court date. I never got a letter or anything. So we called. Land of Steel, what's up, brother?
Wow.
That's cool too. He actually has common sense, and that's not a lot of it. So I didn't go to court because it snowed. I called the courthouse, and I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to be at court the day it snowed. I wanted to know what my new court date was. And she said, what's your name? She's like, I'm not finding you in here. And I'm like, oh, fuck. They got a warrant then. And she was like, nope, yeah. I found you. Hold on. You've been dismissed. Have a good day, sir. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, all charges have been dropped. It's been dismissed. So that's the thing. If you don't do anything, man. Yep. Dude, when I was going to court, like I told you all the story about me bouncing at the bar and hitting a dude, that cost me about $15,000 in lost wages, parking fees, gas, stress, depression, all that, and doing my fucking job. But it is what it is, man. It just gets nerve-wracking, especially when you ain't done nothing. Like, I was literally just taking care of business at work, and that's what happens. So it is what it is. And that's why it's everybody's, I'm no stranger to court. It happens when you have a spot. Exactly, dude. Thank you for saying that, Becoming Dangerous. I don't let people run all over me. And I fucking defend myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just trying to, and people nowadays are just pussies, man. Like, this dude was talking so much shit. This dude was talking so much gangster shit that day at me and my boys and calling us names and acting like he was going to do something. Everybody's a gangster till you get punched in the fucking mouth. He was drunk, high on prescription pain medication, and they even proved that in court. My lawyer was like, he just got out of fucking a major surgery. Why were you even at a bar? If you just had surgery and you're on all this medication for this and that, why are you going out to get drunk with your friends? Well, I wasn't drinking out there. 15:30, I'd be something in civil suit after not. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, Justin.
He said...
Yeah, he said it cost you $15,000 every time he goes to court. I know. That's the same thing with that one. Same thing with that shit with them telling me I broke into the house. They literally told me I had permission to go up there and take whatever I wanted. I wasn't the one that took anything. When Mama Bear and I went up, the door was kicked in and all the furniture was flipped over. There was roaches everywhere. It was just nasty. So I was like, I'm not taking none of this shit. Yeah. Other people took it, and then the people that owned the shit said it was me, even though they knew it wasn't me. They knew who took that shit.
Just like the drug house. They know about the drug house. They're watching the drug house, but there's nothing they can do about it.
The damn deputy just told me the other day, he's like, I know they sell fentanyl and meth out of that house up there. We've had numerous people complain about it. We just can't catch them. And I was like, bro, if you guys get a fucking warrant and go up there and raid that fucking house, I said, you're going to find stolen property, stolen guns, drugs, money, all that shit. And one of the guys that goes up there all the time, Justin, my daughter's ex-baby daddy, his mom even called the fucking sheriff's department on the people up there, and they can't do nothing.
The sheriff told us that they have a storage unit in the next neighborhood over that they know about. There's nothing they can do.
They keep all their drugs over there. They come over here with a little bit, nothing that will get them like felony charges. Then when they need more, they run back over there to the storage unit, weigh out the dope, bring it back over. They're watching the fuck out of them. And it's all right, because you know what? I'm going to be sitting down here with my $6 binoculars I got at the state sale watching them all go to jail, because I'm tired of that bullshit. I'm tired of the drugs poisoning our community. I'm tired of the fucking thugs getting away with shit and law-abiding citizens that try to do stuff to get their life better, getting fucking shit all the time. Makes no goddamn sense, man. Makes no fucking sense, dude. So it just is what it is. That's why I stay down here. I work and I stay at my campers, my little homestead, try to keep it going. That's why we got get an attorney's on retainer. Yeah, I have my attorney that did my case in Raleigh was he was a good guy. He was just very weak.
He was a great guy. He just
really nice guy. He shouldn't be a lawyer. He just graduated. He shouldn't be a lawyer.
Bone at all. He had no spine whatsoever.
No, and so we were up there. We had an African American judge, and me and him, and the defendant was a black guy. And good morning, Maddie. And I was like, okay. And we were asking some jurors questions. You know, you got to pick your juror. I had to go in front of a jury, so we had to pick our jury. The judge declared a mistrial, said we were being racist by asking the African American jurors more questions than we were asking the white jurors. But the white jurors we were going to cut, and we were keeping the African American jurors because you got to keep the people that are better for you. And by talking to them, those are the ones we wanted. And the judge declared a fucking mistrial and said that he was redrawn off. Exactly. Raleigh equals liberal. Exactly, Justin. And the judge was like, mistrial, you were being racist. My lawyer was in tears because the judge called him a racist. The dude was a big teddy bear. I'm like, dude, what? Like, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, man, that's bullshit, dude. Like, we were asking everybody questions, but you think because we asked an African-American guy too many questions that we're being racist. So they declared a mistrial, canceled that trial. And then a week later, I had to go back in front of another judge, and I lost that one. I knew I was going to lose it. I was set up for failure. And literally all I did was I was standing outside of the bar that I was hired to work at. And when the dude said, fuck you, I'm going to kill you, and he reached for his waistband, I hit him because I thought he was going for a gun. No, they said he was pulling up his pants because he knew he was going to be assaulted by me. What? You were standing in front of my bar screaming and yelling like a fucking ignorant fool because I wouldn't let you in because you weren't dressed appropriately. It's not my rules. It's the fucking management. The people that pay me told me not to let people like that in. I don't care if you were white or black. You dressed like you weren't supposed to be there. You weren't going to be there. Pilgrim, good morning. Ooh, excuse me, brother. Happy Friday. So I was like, well, I tried to get him away from the front door. And when me and him were arguing, he was like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'll kill you. And he went to reach for his pants. So I fucking hit him before he could get anything out. Man, I done been shot twice, stabbed, run over. I ain't got the time for that bullshit, dude. And so I hit him first. They took me away because he was screaming and yelling. And so my boss came down and was like, go up to the other bar, change your shirt, stay up there. So my buddy texted me, he was like, bro, me and the other guy that helped you, we just got assault charges. And I'm like, what? Like, I hit him, you guys tackled him. They actually did more bodily and physical damage and property damage than I did. I just hit him. He fell on the ground. They tackled him and held him down. Theirs got dismissed, but mine got put on. Magnet, what's up, brother? What is up, man? How you doing, brother? Yeah, well, we haven't been on either. I hope you're doing well, brother. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you, man. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I went to district court. They found me fucking guilty. And my lawyer was like, no way, dude. Like, we're repealing this shit. We'll take it to Superior Court, and there's no way they'll find you guilty in Superior Court. We have a jury of 12 people, good jury. We get a good jury. Nope.
And they were going to have a great jury.
We had a great jury until the judge. And that's why I think the judge also knew that I was going to get a good jury of people that were like agreeing with me, and he didn't want that. He knew he wanted me to go to fucking prison forever for that shit, and it didn't. Like, it was bullshit.
Man, I was getting the trigger tomorrow.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! Well, he's getting not a super safety. He's getting a different trigger, but he's getting it for a steel. So
I want to know, how many of you guys want to see me shoot the...
yeah, if y'all want to see Mama shoot the stag with the super safety, give me a thumbs up. If I can get, he had 20 people with him. What happened?
2001,
I got 99 recording artists off the year. Established Nashville Julians for violation of dress code. I had no idea who he was. Almost died. Damn. All right, everybody wants to see. I knew y'all wanted to see her shoot it. All right. I'm not going to let her mag dump the D60, but I'll put a 30 rounder in it and let Mama shoot it. She watched me shoot it, and then I was like, no, there's a bunch. Look, 1, 2, 3. Everybody wants to see you. Well, I'll make a video of her shooting it today and put it on my YouTube channel. So we could let her shoot the D60, but and I do have a foregrip on the front of it, like that she can hold, like, and give her some. Because like I told her, when you shoot a gun like that, it doesn't go up; it pushes back.
I'm gonna have to.
It's gonna push back.
On.
Yeah, you need. Well, we're gonna go rucking. We'll just do it while we're rucking. Okay. We're gonna go ruck. So, because Mama Bear's got her own chest rig now, guys. Check this motherfucker out. So, she's got the 2. This one will hold 2 P mags, but this one will only hold 2 of the steel mags. So she's got 2 aluminum steel GI mags in that one, because it's an old pouch, so it only holds them. It'll hold 1 P mag, but it'd be funky in there. Yeah, it's a binary trigger. Well, yeah, it's a forced reset trigger. It's not binary. So when it just single action, and then you put it in super safety mode and it shoots. There's a video on my channel of it. Completely legal in the state of North Carolina, and it's like $120. So go to my shorts and watch the video on that. I had to deal with bikers, commuter boy, drunk, divorce, bouncer. Yeah. See, this dude was a gangster. He was like a fake gangster. Yeah, Rare Breed makes one, but this one doesn't change the trigger out. It changes the safety. So you push the safety over, it does single, semi-automatic. You push it the other way, it's safety, and you click it in the middle, and it's a forced reset. So, yeah, like Rare Breed, just a lot cheaper than Rare Breed. A lot cheaper. And it's no modifications. Well, you have to have an H2 buffer, and the rear of the trigger has to have a slant cut on it and a little groove cut in it. And the pin that goes into the grip of an AR, the spring, the detent pin, that detent pin in the grip has to be rounded off. But other than that, that's all you need. And for $110 plus $10 shipping, you get the trigger that's already been modified, not modified, but cut to work with the super safety, the rounded detent pin in the super safety. So, and it's basically a drop-in for an AR-15 or an AR-10 or an AR-9. Any AR-15 lower, you can run a super safety in. So,
oh, Chris, I bet you know about getting rowdy.
Yeah, becoming dangerous, so do I.
I have a feeling your daddy is like a true cowboy.
Yeah,
no offense, Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love you.
Exactly, metal. It's just, yeah, exactly. Like a buddy of mine's got a binary trigger, and when you pull the trigger and when you let go of the trigger, it shoots. And if you do it fast enough, it'll sound like it's shooting, rapidly, but mine shoots rapidly, and I don't have to pull the trigger but one time. But it's 100% legal in the state of North Carolina. It's not legal in a bunch of places, but it's legal in North Carolina. That was one of the things when I ordered it. I had to put what state I lived in, and they were like, "Yep, you're good." So I'm gonna have the Smith & Wesson AR is gonna be set up with one too, but I have to change the full auto bolt carrier group and the H2 buffer in that. So the H2 buffer is from BCM worked good. I'm gonna get another one of those for the Smith & Wesson. I'm getting a BCM full auto bolt carrier group for my Stag, and then the bolt carrier group in my Stag, I'm switching to the Smith & Wesson, and it'll be perfect. It'll shoot just good. It'll shoot fine. And they're both overgas guns. They say that they like to overgas guns a little bit. So, oh, no shit. That's cool. But I'm going to do an 18-inch barrel, heavy barrel, bipod, Magpul bipod on the front of it, 3-time optic, and the lower with the super safety, and then a D60. That'll be my Minuteman saw weapon, my Minuteman squad weapon. So have a good one, brother. Get back to work. Happy Friday, man. Always forward, brother. But yeah, it was a good live chat we did with him the other night, man. We could have stayed on for 3 or 4 hours. We could have stayed on. I know we could have stayed on for at least 3 or 4 hours. But this motherfucker right here. How about I get one today? Oh, never mind. I was going to get it, but Quack got it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can buy them. We just can't afford them. But I figure if you just took an AR-15 with a super safety or a rare breed trigger, you put an 18-inch heavy barrel on it, a sling, a good stock, and a 3-time prism optic or magnified optic, it'd be good for Minuteman type shit. You know what I mean?
Robert, good morning.
It'll keep people's head down so you can move. So, good morning, Robert.
Hey, that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
Oh, the baby just fell asleep on me.
Aw.
He fell asleep to you, Gabby mixed with twin soothing voice. My voice is soothing. Hey, maybe I should read nursery rhymes. I should do auto books. If I could read like really, really good, which I can read really, really good, but my attention span, they'd be like, squirrel. Little Red Riding Hood wasn't scared of a big bad wolf. Like... She had a Glock 10mm. That's not how the story goes, twin. That's twin story. Shut up. What is it, babies? What is it, little babies? You chilly? You all snuggly?
It is so windy.
It's windy and it's
so cold.
But I like the wind because it rained and it was muddy and now it's not. So
now we're supposed to be getting rain.
Rain all next week. We're supposed to have rain. That makes it rough on the homestead down here. Makes everybody wet. We got to go get more fleece shit too. I've sprayed them, bathed them, gave them frontline, everything, and we still got fucking fleas. I'm about to go get flea collars today for all the puppers. Exactly. So, dude, walk in there and they'd be like, "Oh God." Yeah, I should read nursery rhymes. I got a soothing voice. That would be fun. Yeah, how's the old lady doing, Robert? Yes, I hope she's doing well, brother. I hope she's doing well. Samuel L. Jackson's voice reading it. That would be great. That little motherfucking Red motherfucking Riding Hood. Motherfucking Little Red Riding Hood said, "Fuck that motherfucking wolf." No. She pulled out her 357 big bad wolf shit in his britches.
I remembered that.
What the one he was becoming dangerous, talking about the Samuel L. Jackson. I always said, man, if I ever got somebody to read my like life story, I'd want the Morgan Freeman to read mine. I think that would be dope. That dude's got a voice, like a soothing voice.
Big old man sits down on a child chair and reads all soothing. People confused as hell.
Exactly, dude. This man walked in with a chest rig and a 9mm and sat down and was like, "Let's read The Cat in the Hat today, little kids." I bet those little son of a bitches wouldn't be running around and yelling.
No, they'd be like,
"She's on the mend. She's going to take some time." But we're still praying for her, Robert. Every day, brother. Yes, definitely. Definitely, man. Hate when somebody's sick. So I had an incident. I have never had an incident like this. Went to my very first day at work with Dan painting. And I helped him out before I went to work with John. And my fucking blood sugar dropped on me while I was up on a ladder. I have never felt like that. And I had a little steak and eggs for breakfast in the morning. Y'all need that. Y'all know that. Went to work. I started sweating profusely. Lost all energy. Was dizzy. Couldn't walk up the ladder. I had no energy to like lift my arms up. It was bad. Yeah, exactly. Because that I always said I want Morgan Freeman to read my life story. It's a weird one, but it would be weird. But I was like, what the fuck? So I text Mama Bear. I was like, look, something's happening. She was like, your blood sugar's dropped. You haven't been eating good. And I was like, well, fuck, man. I just haven't been hungry. And just if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. And I guess it caught up to me. And my blood sugar dropped. Well, my boss gave me a granola bar. And the girl that was working with us, Misty, gave me a donut, and I ate an apple. And it kind of got me feeling a little better. It gave me a little boost of energy. I just never felt like that before in my life. And I never want to feel like that again. So just watch that kind of stuff. Because, man, I don't know if I ain't never felt like that. But like I said, it took me about 2 days of feeling like shit to get over it. And now I'm fine. But now I'm back to normal. But it's like, dang, that stuff sucks, man. And I got to watch that kind of shit. My mom was diabetic. My dad died from prostate cancer. So it's about time being 45, about to be 46 in a couple months that I need to get all that shit checked. But I just don't want them to stick a finger up my butt. But somebody told me there's a way they can do the blood work now that'll tell them without having to get the old reach around happiness. Hypoglycemia. Yeah, it's, man, becoming dangerous. Like I've been dehydrated before, and I might have been slightly dehydrated that day, but I was drinking the fuck out of water, but it wasn't doing anything. So at lunchtime, I went and got a pack of peanut M&Ms. I got some Gatorades with sugar in them, and no, don't chew on mama's stuff. I got some stuff like that and got my feeling back up, but that was the longest fucking day. And I didn't hardly do shit. I told the man, I was like, bro, you take like $20 off my paycheck. Because, man, I sat for like 30, 45 minutes just trying to get my bearings straight. And he was like, no, you're good, man. He was like, shit, this happens. He was like, but it was crazy. He said, I make my bed every day, expecting my dog not to fuck it up. But guess what? That is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, bro. That is literally the definition of insanity in the dictionary. Stop. You ain't chewing on my medical supplies. Damn.
Okay.
Make sure she didn't chew anything that wasn't supposed to be chewed. Y'all know Twin carries a little medical kit with him everywhere he goes. My tourniquet, my compressed gauze, and my cravat. Sharpie to write on, and write anywhere pen. Never leave home without this. If you can make a hole, you need to be able to fix a hole, because you never know. And motherfuckers will shoot back. So always carry medical. You know how Twin is. There's shit, man. I guess some doctors just like sticking their finger up man's butts, because I told my doctor, she's like, we're going to have to do that. I was like, can you put me to sleep? And she's like, what do you mean? She said, it doesn't hurt that bad. I was like, you're not sticking nothing in my butthole with me being awake. And if I wake up and you're doing that shit, there ain't enough doctors in this office to hold me down. And they're like, oh, you're making a big deal. I was like, it is a big deal. I'm not diabetic, but I have hypoglycemia, which means blood sugar drops. When I'm working hard, I keep some nuts and Clipper on me.
I was
no shit. He said I was a rageaholic. Little hands. I hope, man, they're going to have tiny microscopic hands, buddy.
I really need to steal this before.
Oh, I just found a super sage with my 300 blackout the game. Dude, I'm telling you. Dude, anything. So I think it works with 308 or any caliber that it just does the trigger in the lower. So you can put whatever upper receiver. If you had a 300 blackout, that's going to be dope, man, especially if yours is suppressed. He said, rageaholic. Yes, sir. But I never had that happen before. And I called Mama Bear. She's like, I know what's happening. Your blood sugar's dropping and you're going to feel like shit. And if you don't eat something, you're going to pass the fuck out. And I was up on a ladder. And if I passed out and fell off the ladder, that's going to fucking hurt. That's what happened, Robert. I started shaking, and I'm like, dude, but I drank beer last night. I'm not an alcoholic, so if I don't shake it, I'm like, I'm not drunk today. If I'm shaking, it's because I drank fucking monsters like a crackhead. But I started shaking, sweating real bad, just had no energy, was dizzy, lightheaded. And Mama was like, well, you got food? I was like, yeah. She goes, you need something with sugar. I had an apple. I ate a banana at first, but it didn't have enough sugar. I ate an apple, and then I ate a granola bar and that Krispy Kreme donut. And it, like, within 15, 20 minutes, I was like, wow, I feel a whole lot better. My boss was like, well, let's go get some lunch. So I went and ate a salad for lunch, some peanut M&Ms and stuff, but I'll never let that happen to myself again. Like, there ain't no way. That shit sucked. That shit sucked bad. And then if I was out fighting or doing some shit, like some goon shit for God and country, I damn sure don't want my freaking blood sugar to drop. What are you doing, Mama? She said, Mama, show me off in the camera again. And Sassy's passed out behind Mama on my clean clothes.
Sassy has been up my butt today. Exactly.
For a core 15, I'll get with you, Glory. I'll send you the link on Discord for whatever, or on text it to you. That way you can have it. I know everybody gets a kick out of this. It's D's Nuts Tactical. Look up D's Nuts Tactical on dsnuttactical.com, and then go to AR-15 parts, and then it'll show you all the difference. You can get a flat trigger, super safety. I like the curved trigger. I don't know why. I just like the curved trigger. But you can get everything you need. And like I said, for $110 for the lowest kit, which is what I got, just the curved trigger that's already been modified to set the super safety. And the super safety, then you got to have an H2 buffer in your lower and a full auto bolt carrier group, which you can buy one of those for like less than $100 if you just get a cheap one. BCM, which in my opinion makes the best bolt carrier ever for an AR-15, they're like $250. When I was a kid, I rode bikes all day, didn't drink enough, fell out of my face trying to walk inside, spent 2 weeks under a misting hood with 2 RVs, me in the hospital. I almost died. That's fucking horrible, brother. Exactly. Because, and dude, I'm telling you, dude, becoming dangerous. If it wasn't for you telling me about that, I'd have never saw it, dude. And when the day you told me about it, 2 days later, I ordered one and I put it in, and mine would do a burst and then light primer strike, and everybody was like, "Get that H2 buffer." I put that H2 buffer in, walked up to the woods, pulled the trigger, came back with a smile from ear to ear, bro.
Ooh, Justin, where's ours?
Oh man, over cornbread biscuit. That sounds good. Well, you already know what we're gonna have for dinner or breakfast before we go. We're gonna cut off in about 10 minutes. Do an hour, hour and a half. Cut off in about 10 minutes. We're gonna eat some breakfast, get a little energy in us. And Mama Bear and I, we're not gonna pack heavy today. She's gonna wear her chest rig. I'm gonna wear my chest rig and my battle belt, and just grab a rifle each. We're gonna go put some miles on the new tripod that I ordered. The one that Pat gave me is fucking gangster. It's gangster. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. It's sitting right next to this one. The one I got before I knew I was getting that one, because he surprised me with that. Pat sent me my coin. He surprised the shit out of me with a bunch of cool shit, And so I'm going to use this one, but I'm going to put the selfie stick out so while Mama Bear and I are walking, you can see us. Instead of me holding the camera and showing you all the wood, you can see what we're doing and what we're carrying. So, dude, well, you know why it's not? They said to make a AR-15 fully automatic the right way takes one movement. The super safety takes 3. It takes 3 movements. So, and yeah, that's what I said, Savage. Just don't ask. Just be glad we can have them, man. I love mine, dude. That thing is a fucking game changer for a Minuteman. That's just a game changer. It's a game changer. And when you shoot it, the trigger does move. The trigger is shooting when it's just not doing it by itself. Yeah, I am too, brother. Man, thank you for that too, man. I owe you a cold beer and a fist bump over that one, man, because you're the one that told me about it. And then that day off the live, I got off and I looked it up and I was like, I got to have one. So I was like, where do I get them? And I just Googled super safety and all these people came up. And I'm looking through and then I saw D's Nuts Tactical. And I'm like, my dog Demon, I have to see his nuts. Them D's Nuts. Every morning when you wake up, D's nuts are in your face. So I ordered it. I wish they would have sent me a sticker. I was going to call or email the company and see if I could get one.
I'm just glad you're okay now.
Yeah, no shit. That's what I'm doing, becoming dangerous. So I want to run this by you, see what your opinion is. I'm going to get an 18 or 20 inch heavy barrel, super safety, bipod, and like a primary arms 3-time optic, like 3-time prism optic, Magpul stock, Magpul grip with the super safety. It'll be in a D60 drum mag. It's going to be like a Minuteman RPK. That's the main reason I got that super safety was for that. I'm going to build a dedicated, well, all the guns are going to have the super safeties. And I've got 2 more coming that I'm not even going to put in anything. I'm just putting them up just in case we can't get them. I'll have them already because I want to put one in the AR-10. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do is build a Minuteman RPK, just something that you can keep people's head down. I run a Sig Sauer QD titanium suppressor on a 300 blackout. I was wondering that super safety is going to sound like because it's about the same as it. Dude, it's going to sound like a fucking bee. That's it. Mine, you could tell when I shot mine, it like deafened the camera. Like the camera's microphone went silent. And it was like, holy shit. Now it'll be stupid quiet. My brother Lee has a suppressed 300 blackout, and he's putting his in AR. Yep, that's what I was. Yep, exactly. That's what I was gonna do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That thing will be freaking sick, man. With a D60 in it, spray and pray like that, man. You can hold motherfuckers' heads down. It's just a game changer for the Minuteman, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's. And I was really didn't think it was going to work. I went up there. I was so disappointed the day we walked up and it did the 3-round burst and light primer strike. I came back, started getting on like websites and stuff, like troubleshooting it. And everybody was like, well, you got an H2 buffer in that gun? I'm like, no, it's just a stock one. They're like, you gotta have the H2. Order an H2 before you do anything else. He said that's what happened with mine. Shot a 3-round burst, light primer strike. And I was like, oh shit. He said, put the H2 buffer in it. And as long as you got the full auto bolt carrier group, which I know that I already checked that gun did. Boy, I got it that day. I was like a fucking kid waiting for Christmas to come that day. My Mama Bear said your buffer came. I was at work. I got home. That was the day I didn't feel good. I got home, sat here, drank a couple beers. I was like, man, do I want to go shoot it? And I was like, you know you do, man. Like, you don't feel good, but get your ass up there and see if it works. So Mama Bear stayed here. She had her headphones on, watching YouTube, dealing with the pups. I ran up into the woods. She said, I knew it worked. She said, I fucking heard it. She said, man, I was like, oh, it works, it works, it works. I come running down back in the woods, eyes big as 50-cent pieces, smiling at her. I was like, it fucking works. She's like, I know, I heard it. So then I was like, well, we got to do a video for everybody. Now that it works, I got to get a video of me shooting it. So I just did the little short, but yeah, that shit was like, that was the best thing ever for twin arrows, man. That's the best thing that's happened to me in a long, long, long time. Next to the campers and YouTube and all my people on YouTube. But I would have never known about the super safety if it wasn't for you, though, brother. Like, if I didn't, never would have known. And I'm thank you for turning me on to that, because I tell you what, that is a freaking game changer for us. Like, and then everybody I show it to, they're like, where'd you get it? And I'm like, These Nuts Tactical. I need to email them and be like, hey, look, I got a little YouTube channel. I've turned you guys on to about 20 people buying these super safeties. Can I give them a discount code and get me some fucking stickers, please? No. Throw me a damn t-shirt, son. Like, something, man. Throw a little bone to the twin arrow.
Right, exactly. Say hello to my little friend.
Exactly. Say hello to my little friend. But it's sick. Like, she's sick. But yeah, I'm going to put a... dude, please, I subscribe to your channel, Becoming Dangerous. You know, I've subscribed, man. You got some really good content. Too bad we all couldn't get together and do like a joint channel meetup where everybody had like gear and shit. No, I know, bro. And I was like, thank you, though, man. Like, I wanted to personally thank you for that one, dude, because I was like, holy shit. I got that Joker in there, and I was like, fucking A, man. This bitch is no joke. And it was $110. So... because I was looking at the rare breeds. I was looking at that Minuteman trigger system that Light Fighters has. I was going to go to the gun show and start looking and see what I could find there. But hell, they delivered it to my front door. I did buy a whole nother trigger assembly. And so all the springs for the super safety trigger and the firing pin, the hammer, all the springs in my lower receiver are brand new. I didn't use the old ones. I took the old ones out and put brand new springs in it, trigger springs and the hammer spring. So they had brand new springs, brand new buffer, brand new trigger, super safety, all of it. And she purrs like a kitten, man. So what? Yes, I saw that. I'll probably get one of those. Our Arturus one has the like normal safety. I want one of those that you can actually keep the safety like an AR and you can flip it to the back. I used to have a Spikes Tactical lower receiver that had like safe, semi and full auto, but it wouldn't go to the back. It just safe and semi. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna have to get one of those. But now I've ordered a couple more super safeties, one for Mama Bear's gun, and I'm gonna give her a 10.5 or 11.5 inch upper for that gun because she's just so short. She don't need a 16-inch barrel. She'll have a 16-inch upper, but I want to get her a little short one, but it'll have a super safety in it too. And we're gonna get suppressors once that bill pops in. And everybody cools off on buying suppressors. I'm going to go get one for each one of my Bear and her gun. It's just like the one I wanted was from Yankee Hill Machine. I think it was like $500, and it goes right over the normal AR-15 flash hider. It just clamps in, and you can clamp it in. So get two of those. And my Glock 9mm has a threaded barrel. So I thought about getting a little suppressor for it. But either a suppressor or a compensator to put on it. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to wait to see how this law comes up with the suppressors. Isn't there something going on with the suppressor law and having short barrel rifles too? You don't have to register them anymore. Like a pistol won't be a pistol anymore. You can actually put a rifle stock on a 10.5 inch gun. I think I heard something about that too, but I don't know. Huh?
That would be nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to register it as a. So if I buy a 10.5 inch upper for your gun and do it the right way, I have to call the ATF and say, hey, I just built a short-barreled rifle and pay them $200 for me to possess the gun that I've already paid taxes on and built. So that is the bad thing. That's the only bad thing about it. And you got to check your gas tubes and make sure you're not blowing shit all to pieces. But, you know, it's still fun as fuck to shoot. Fun as fuck. The short act got dropped from the bill. Never mind. They took that out. One win will be better than no wins. So if they let us get suppressors without having a tax stamp, all you can do is go to the gun store, pay them cash, and you can walk out with it right then. That is fucking the way it should be any fucking ways. But if we want to build your rifle like that without putting a pistol brace on it and I put an actual rifle stock on it, I have to run it through the ATF as a short barrel rifle. So that's why we'll just put a pistol stock on it. So the only one going through with the bill is the Hush Shack for suppressors. That's fine, though. I'll take it. Shit, I'm going to go buy a couple right away. Right away. Exactly, dude. Well, I mean, they're fun as fuck to shoot too, Savage. And damn, man, the one I got is this little break open 22 one. That shit is freaking powerful, man. Yeah, but like Becoming Dangerous said, the only bad downside to having Hoffman is it does dirty the gun up, and it's expensive to shoot it because you drop a mag in 18 seconds less. Dude, that would be dope, Justin. I don't have any rifles, or I have a lever action 22 and two 22 pistols, but that's you can't really. I mean, I could put one on a lever gun, but the revolvers wouldn't make much sense. Oh, no shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about suppressor. You eat a lot of fucking lead and copper. That shit blows back right on your face. I shot my buddy Lee's a couple times, man, and he's got the radiant that lets the gas off the charging handle. It helps. And I think, hold on, he's got the suppressor that the Hux flow suppressor, so it's not as much gas coming back in your face. So, yes, they make it look like a coal mine. Remember how I came back from shooting Lee's? I had shit all in my face. You look like you worked in a coal mine. You can see your eyes where you have your safety glasses, and everything else is black. You can chew up the cancer. You can taste the cancer when you're shooting them. Whole a fucking 30 cal full auto air gun. Wow, that would be dope. Fucking thumping that shit. She got something. She just grabbed something and started walking off. Yeah, that's what it was. The flow. Yeah, and he's got the radiant charging handle with the holes, so the gas ports out through the charging handle some too, and he's got the flow system. I think it was expensive, and he waited for a while. But look up Hastings. I will, dude. I might end up in one of them things. It's a lot cheaper than shooting my AR-15. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Black powder, definitely. They motherfuckers kick fucking smoke and dust everywhere, and powder comes out. You can see it, especially in the handguns. It shoots all out. It's like shooting a revolver. You get it all on your hands. When you shoot a big, like heavy barrel, like 44 or 357, you can feel the powder burn in your hand when you shoot it. It shoots out the side. Like, you know, when we shoot a 22, the flames come out.
Yeah.
You can feel the powder on your hands burn. Hell yes, dude. Hell yeah. That's what I want to get. Something for the ARs, and I want one for the 9. My 9mm has a threaded aftermarket barrel. I'd like to put something on it. I was looking at the compensators. I can't remember the name of the company, but it was really nice. No fucking recoil, man. It was like a 9mm was like that, like a 22, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But I just want suppressors for the ARs, man. And I don't even care about the sound suppression. I want the suppression of the flame and the smoke. So, you know, suppresses all that shit. Don't buy one of those on Maggot 43, 46, or 60. All suppressor, those things are heavy. No shit. All right, I'll keep. Modular suppressors are fun if you like to modify your system and have full control over the suppressor. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was looking at Becoming Dangerous, the Yankee Hill machine. It was like $450, and it was for AR-15, but it fits over the stock muzzle brake. It's not a brake, it's the flash hider, but it fits right over there. And then you don't have to change out the end of the shit, because I mean, I don't want to have to buy a suppressor and then have to buy a $200 fucking flash thing to hook the suppressor on, because that's what Lee's suppressor works on only one gun because he has the one muzzle device for it. His other one doesn't have that one yet. He's got another for Surefire or something. I don't know, but I know he's getting a super safety too. Should already have it, honestly. So he can't make it up till next month though. He's working a lot in the stagehand stuff right now, and he's like one of the head riggers, so he has to be there. But it's gonna be a beautiful day for a ruck. I know that. It's a beautiful day. So you're about ready to eat some food and get off here and get clothes on. And
are we doing the MRA thing?
I don't know. We might just go up and walk for a little bit. Just get out of the house for a minute. Yeah, you have to resight them. When you take a suppressor on or off, it changes the point of impact. So yeah, remember that. I do remember that. Thank you for, I'm going to post that because that one's good to know. Yeah, it does change the point of impact. But I just couldn't believe it when I ran up into the woods that day, man. And I was like, please work. Please don't make Twin look like an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, usually I have bad luck with things. And I was like, all right, I'm not even going to shoot it in semi-auto. I'm just going to stick it in super safety mode and see what happens. I brace myself. I'm like, I already know. I said, oh, fuck. Got to go. Everybody on my short liked the video at the end because I was like, let's go. We got to go. Wrap it up. Bunch of people commented on that. That's the best short I've ever made. I got over 5,000 views on that one. I'm pretty fucking proud of that for a 20-second short. Yes, I got a bolt. My 308's a bolt gun, but it doesn't have a thread barrel. I'd love to have a suppressor for my bolt action rifle. You talking about quiet? Holy shit, that'd be quiet. So, but yeah, what do you recommend becoming dangerous for just a regular AR-15 16-inch barrel, but with the regular flash hider? You know what I mean? Just a stock, whatever, M1 flash hider. Adrian, what's up, brother? Oh, we've been live now. Yeah, we've been for an hour and a half. I just did a quick late one. So the thing is, we get up at 6. Mama has to take Maddie to the school bus. Well, the puppies are still in our camper, and we got them over on one side. So where we sit, we block them in so they can stay on this side so the whole camper doesn't get demolished. And then in the morning, she takes them out. We clean up everything, get their stuff cleaned up, and then we go. So, oh, hell yeah, man. Well, I'm glad I didn't jump off them, brother. So we'll stay on for a little bit longer. But Mama Bear and I are going to go up and do a little short ruck video and just get out, get some fresh air, get away from the homestead for a minute. And then Mama's going to shoot the stag. I'm going to let her drop. You want a 20 rounder or a 30 rounder? Well, just remember, it'll stop shooting if you stop pulling the trigger. If you get to where you lose it, just take your finger off the trigger. It's like the brakes on a car. If you're going too fast and you start to lose control, just kind of hit the brake a little bit. You ain't got to keep doing this and end up shooting the fucking... All right, I'll check that one out. The Dead Air Sierra 5. And it doesn't have to have a special muzzle device because I'm trying not to... Yeah, on a 5.55, it doesn't matter much, does it? Yeah, I bet, dude. Yeah, you can't just wear like hearing protection because you guys got to hear orders and commands and shit. So, but I guess too though, what buddy of mine was saying in like CQB, having no suppressor when you pull the trigger is kind of like a flashbang for the people in there, but it's also a flashbang for you. So I get that needing the fucking suppressor. So and you guys were doing houses with 20-inch barrel ARs, weren't you? Because you were a Marine. Clearing a house with a fucking, you talking about a musket? That's a musket. Okay, HUB compatible cam matters more than anything. All right, I'm gonna go now. Since we're bound back to work, and I'll save up for a couple weeks when the shit goes down, and then we can legally get them without having to tax stamp them. I might just go put some on layaway this weekend. Going to get them now, so that way they're on there. Woo! Doing fucking entering a house with a saw. That's a bad motherfucker. You're a bad motherfucker, dude. Yep, 20-inch barrels, but he had a saw for his first tour, so he was doing that shit with a big, heavy automatic rifle. Big fucking. That is crazy. That's gangster, man. Doing fucking house clearing with a 20-inch. I don't even like doing. I've done it a couple times with 16-inch guns, just fucking around. My buddy's got an old trailer that we use as a shoot house. It's hard with a 16-inch gun. I can only fucking imagine. Yankee Hill makes a great durable can. That's what I was going through. My local gun store had a couple of them, and I was talking to the guy, and he's like, well, unless you want to change your muzzle device, just get one of these Yankee Hills. He said, they sound good, and they're $450. So for less than $1,000, I can get 2 of them? Yeah. One for my gun, one for Mama's gun. Yeah, it's overrated when you need communications. Like, I even thought about, like, what about the little foamies? You know, I know you got to hear shit, especially if you got comms. But I was thinking maybe if you just wore foamies, just something to keep the crack out of your ears, because I'm sure all the guns going off and grenades and bombs and people yelling and radios clicking through and shit, it's got to be overwhelming. And that's why most vets don't hear all that great either.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can do it with the flow. When in doubt, since Savage with the saw and everybody laying down. I never wore ear protection, only comms. Yeah, I don't. Being a Minuteman group, I have a Bayo Fang, but it's not even programmed. I got to get Jay to program it. We just opened that bitch yesterday. They're going fast, dude. We got one left, and then we need to make a new order. Well, guys, I think we're going to jump off so Mama Bear and I can eat some steak and some eggs and then go up here and get this video. So keep an eye out for Mama Bear shooting the stag. Also, we're going to post a little short video of us rucking. I'm going to try to do it where you guys can see us. I'm not going to go in. Don't do direct thread on air. Okay. I want something that I can use over my existing muzzle device. I don't want to like screw it on that shit. Now, my AK, the muzzle device, you push the pin, it comes on and off. So I could probably get one for the AK too and just get a better muzzle device. But anyways, yeah, keep an eye open for Mama Bear shooting the stag. Also, keep a video of us. We'll be doing some walking and shit. I have videos I made doing the thing. Oh man, I'd love to see those. That would be awesome.
Said, Savage, I've seen some videos from Iraq when
that was that's shit in Fallujah and stuff like that. When those guys, the Marines, were going and doing that shit, dude, it was crazy. Like I watched a lot of videos on that. I'm gonna have to pick them on. All right, so I'll get up with you on that too. Becoming Dangerous. You got my email by chance, brother? Have a good one, Adrian. But yeah, post my email address real quick. Becoming Dangerous. Mama's gonna throw my email up there. Screenshot it and then email me, and I can I'll email you back, give you my cell phone number because I pick your brain on a couple things, man. I'm a broke bastard, so I want to kind of do it on the budget, but I want to do as best as I can get with what I got. Direct thread without special components. Yeah, I don't want to blow the baffle out of that. There you go. That's my email address. Shoot me an email and I'll send you my phone number, and that way we can just text and shoot the shit, brother. So I love you guys. Keep your eyes open for this video of Mama Bear. And one of us rucking, we're going to try it with the stick now. So I love you guys. Y'all stay safe out there, man. I'll see you in the morning. Always forward, guys.
Always forward. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
We didn't do it for you.
No, that sucks, but